So what I'd like to do is start sharing with you 10 terrible terms in chemistry. These range from mildly unfortunate to very conceptually dangerous. So if you know some stuff about chemistry, play along at home. Make a list of 10 chemistry terms that confused you and see how many show up in this series. And if you don't know any chemistry yet, you know what? Just try to figure out what 10 concert shirts I'm gonna wear. And I know what you're thinking. I bet that dude likes Pink Floyd. And you'd be right. So these terms tend to fall into three main categories, the first of which are what I consider the misguided. At some point, somebody thought this was a good definition, but historically it ended up being incorrect, but we kind of got stuck with it. Imagine, for instance, when Columbus landed in Jersey and thought he was in India and started calling them all Indians. By the time people realized that was wrong, the name had stuck. So if we're starting with a misguided, the second category I like to call the misunderstood. These definitions are technically correct, it's just no one understands what they really mean. People call this a goatee. That's not a goatee, that's a Van Dyke. This is a goatee. You know, classic Princess Bride.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
So we have the misguided terms, the misunderstood terms, and then the worst would be what I consider the malevolent terms. I don't know where these terms came from, but they don't make any sense. You know, like hoverboards. Why'd they call them hoverboards? Those things don't hover. I mean, that just makes me angry. So term number 10 sucks. Or really, I should say term number 10 is sucks. Suction falls squarely in the misunderstood category. It means what it means, but I don't think most people appreciate what it means. I mean, you could probably get away in first year chemistry not understanding this term, but you're really gonna miss out on a huge sort of mind-bending paradigm shift about the way the world works. So science describes suction as an equalizing force between differing pressures of fluids. Now these fluids are typically gases, but they could be liquids too. Gases will always flow from a higher pressure to a lower pressure. I tell students to think about gas molecules sort of like zombies, shuffling around a room randomly. Right? If you have a room with a bunch of zombies in it and a room next to it with no zombies in it, if some hapless soul were to open the door, then those zombies are going to naturally start spilling out of that room just based on random motion. At some point, those rooms are going to reach equilibrium zombie pressure. But that flow of zombies from a high pressure to a low pressure is what suction is. If you open that door, you're not pulling the zombies into the room, they're just sort of randomly moving in. Think about when you suck in air, what are you really doing? You're expanding your lungs, and so the gas molecules in there are suddenly in a larger volume, so the pressure is decreased. All right? And so the outside atmosphere, those gas molecules are going to naturally sort of tumble into your lungs until once again your lungs are at atmospheric pressure. Yes, you're sucking air into your lungs, but again, suction is that flow from a high to low pressure. You're not pulling the air in, it's flowing in on its own. I mean, try it right now, breathe in. When did the air stop rushing in? When the pressure inside your lungs once again matched the outside pressure. So when you stop thinking about suction as a pull, right, it really changes the way you think about stuff. This is what makes straws the laziest way of getting sustenance, right? You just suck on the straw, and then the atmosphere pushes that up in to your mouth in an attempt to equalize pressure. So the next time one of your friends tells you that chemistry sucks, you tell them no, chemistry pushes. Say, hey, that was a good start. 9 more to go. I would love to reach 4,000 subscribers before we get to the end of this series. So consider subscribing so you know when the next video drops, or consider sharing this channel with someone who's taking chemistry for the first time this fall. Trust me, with everything going on, they're gonna need all the help they can get. So until next time, stay out of trouble and have a great day.